Peace be upon you, dear soul. Have you ever felt like you were right on the edge of something, yet everything around you remained still? Like your prayers were echoing into a quiet sky, and your heart whispered, Ya Allah, when? This silence you feel is not emptiness, it is preparation. Before the soul is lifted, it must first be emptied. Allah does not elevate a heart that still clings to this world. He empties it first, slowly, sometimes painfully, so that it may be filled again with something far more lasting, purpose. Many mistake this sacred preparation for abandonment. They ask, why is Allah silent? But silence from the world is not silence from the divine. In fact, it is in that stillness that He speaks the loudest. You see, the delay you're experiencing is not a rejection. It's a transformation. You are not behind. You are beneath the soil, where no eye can see, but where all the growth happens. Before any tree reaches toward the sky, its roots must anchor deeply in the unseen. That is what He is doing with you now, strengthening what no one else sees, because what is hidden is often more important than what is seen. Sometimes, the loneliness you feel isn't a void, it's a divine appointment. Because when Allah wants to fill you with His light, He first clears the distractions. He removes the ones you depended on, so you can lean only on Him. He takes away what was temporary to give you what is eternal. Do not rush this phase. Do not fight it. Do not curse the silence. This is where destinies are rewritten. This is where sincerity is born. When Allah loves a soul, He doesn't push it forward without preparing it for what lies ahead. And the fact that you're feeling this stillness, this delay, this quiet, it means He is near. The Quran reminds us in its divine clarity, perhaps you dislike something which is good for you, and perhaps you love something which is bad for you. And Allah knows, while you know not. Surah Al-Baqarah 2216. This verse isn't just guidance, it's comfort. What you don't understand today, you will thank Him for tomorrow. What seems like silence is actually Him writing your breakthrough in the ink of mercy. So hold still, dear soul. Your roots are deepening. And when the time comes, you will rise, not because you forced it, but because you were ready. There's something sacred about the space between your dua and Allah's response. It's where the real gift is found, not in what arrives, but in what awakens within you. We ask for provision, healing, or a way out, but Allah gives something deeper first, Himself. Before He opens the door, He opens your heart, and before He gives you what you want, He makes you aware of what you need, Him and only Him. It begins slowly. A moment in the night when you cry for no reason, but your soul feels clean. A pause in your routine where silence doesn't feel empty anymore. It feels full. Your heart, once restless, begins to calm in His remembrance. This is nearness. It's not loud, it's not always visible, but it is everything. You asked for a blessing, but Allah made you grateful before it even came. You asked for an answer, but He gave you patience that made the weight bearable. You asked for a way forward, but He gave you certainty in the unseen. And in that moment, you realize, the blessing is not the destination. It's the companionship of the journey. It's the realization that you are never walking alone. Allah is not just preparing the gift for you. He is preparing you for the gift. Because some blessings are heavy. Not everyone can carry what they prayed for. And so, in His mercy, He shapes you, molds you, softens your heart so it won't break when it arrives. And when you look back, you'll see that the thing you feared, the wait, the silence, the long nights, was the very thing that saved you. Because in that space, you didn't just get what you asked for. You got more than you ever imagined. The Quran holds this truth beautifully. Indeed, with hardship comes ease. Surah Ash-Shah 94:6. Not after hardship, but with it, meaning Allah's nearness arrives before the reward. It surrounds the difficulty, it carries you through it, and it leaves something behind in you something permanent. The soul that has tasted nearness will never crave the world in the same way again, because what you found in the waiting was worth more than anything you were waiting for. There are moments when nothing around you has changed, but everything inside you has. You wake up, and for the first time in a long time, the weight feels a little lighter. The silence that once hurt now feels like peace. You begin to smile, not because your circumstances are perfect, but because something within you whispers, "It's coming." This is not fantasy. This is not imagination. This is Allah planting certainty into your chest, a quiet breeze that passes through your soul, without sound, but full of meaning. These moments are signs, not the kind that announce themselves loudly, but the kind only your heart can interpret. You may not even realize it, but your tears have watered something. Your surrender, that deep, desperate dua whispered in the middle of the night, was not ignored. It was heard. And now, it's growing, quietly, powerfully, in the unseen. This is the mercy of Allah. He doesn't just change your life, He changes you before anything else. The burdens that once crushed your spirit no longer have power over you. The pain that once dictated your every emotion now passes through you but doesn't break you. You have become softer, but stronger. That is how you know the season is shifting. And yet, people around you may not see it. They might still look at your life and think nothing's changed, but they don't see the roots. They don't feel the winds shifting around your soul. But you do. And that's enough. Allah says in the Quran, "And it is He who sends down rain after they had despaired, and spreads His mercy, and He is the protector, the praiseworthy." Surah Ash-Shura 42:28. Even when the land seems dead, He sends the rain. Even when you feel forgotten, His mercy descends, and suddenly what looked dry and lifeless blooms again, not by your strength, but by His will. So don't ignore the subtle shifts, the peace you feel for no reason, the strength to forgive, the desire to start again. These are not coincidences. These are signs. Your breakthrough has already begun, not with noise, but with nearness. It happens when you least expect it. The door that stood locked for years opens. The weight you've carried for so long lifts. The confusion that tangled your thoughts dissolves. And all of it without force, without warning. Because when Allah decides to move you, nothing can stop His command. He doesn't just guide you through your hardship. He clears the entire path when the time is right, not by effort, but by decree. The pain, the delay, the people who let you down, they all begin to fade, not by your hand, but by His unseen will. One moment you're surrounded by barriers, and the next, you are free. But freedom doesn't always feel like joy at first. Sometimes it feels like a collapse, a door slamming shut, a person walking away, an opportunity suddenly dissolving. You think, why now? But what you don't see is that you're being redirected, protected, elevated. There are some things you begged Allah to keep in your life, and now they're gone. It hurts, yes. But sometimes what breaks your heart was actually standing between you and what Allah always intended for you. That silence you feared, it was space. That ending you questioned, it was a beginning. And so He removes, not to punish you, but to make room. The Quran says, "And whoever puts their trust in Allah, then He is sufficient for them. Indeed, Allah will accomplish His purpose." Allah has already set for everything a decreed measure. Surah At-Talaq 65:3. He is sufficient, not just in your needs, but in your healing, in your redirection, in your clarity. When He clears the path, He also clears the confusion. You begin to see why it never worked, why it never stayed, why it had to end. And more than that, you begin to feel peace about it. This is what breakthrough looks like from the inside: sudden clarity, quiet release, and a gentle push forward. So let go. Let Him remove what was never written for you. Because what is meant for you will not require chasing. It will arrive on the wings of His mercy, just in time. O Allah, the one who sees all hidden things. I place my fears in your mercy, my hopes in your promise, and my future in your hands. Guide me when I hesitate, comfort me when I'm heavy, and raise me when I am ready. You are enough for me, in every season, in every silence, in every step. Amen.